Clubs and Associations Department. Thank you for joining us today as we talk about one of the most important aspects for the NRA, women's programs. Women come to the NRA from all walks of life with a variety of interests and backgrounds. They serve as members, lobbyists, club officers, board members, instructors, competitors, hunters, shooters, volunteers, patriots, and even NRA presidents. All across the country, women are expressing an increased interest in their personal safety in firearms and firearms training. NRA Women's Program was developed and conducts events for women by the women of the NRA. Whether a woman's interested in gun safety, gun knowledge, marksmanship, hunting, recreation or competitive shooting, or even personal safety, the NRA has a variety of programs and activities that encourage female participation at all skill levels. Since we only have an hour today, we're going to talk about three of the most popular women's programs NRA has to offer. Today we have Bethany Mullen, Program Coordinator for Refuse to be a Victim, Kara Schlipke, Program Specialist for Women's Wilderness Escape, and Diane Danielson, Women on Target Instructional Shooting Clinics Instructor. Throughout our presentation, we encourage you to interact with our speakers by typing in questions and comments using the question panel at the bottom of your screen. We'll be answering questions live both during the event and after the presentation. Don't worry if you miss anything during this webinar. This session will be recorded and posted on our website for you to go back and listen. I know we have a lot to cover today, so let's get started. We'll start with Bethany. Hey, Bethany.
Hey, thanks, Son. Hi, everyone. This is Bethany Mullen. I'm the Program Coordinator for Refuse to be a Victim. A lot of people don't know about Refuse to be a Victim, although it has been around for 20 years. So I'm just going to go through real quick about the program, how to get involved, and how it can benefit you and the community. So first of all, Refuse to be a Victim is a seminar that promotes awareness and the prevention of criminal confrontation. It is one of the NRA's 2 non-firearms courses, so it does not teach how to shoot or anything like that, anything involving firearms, and it's not a self-defense course. It teaches people steps that they can take in their everyday lives to avoid becoming a victim of crime. The seminar is 4 hours long, and seminar participants get a variety of common sense crime prevention strategies that, like I said, they can integrate into their everyday lives. Let me tell you a little bit about how the program started. 21 years ago, we were getting a lot of requests from women, specifically NRA members' wives, who didn't necessarily feel comfortable carrying a firearm but wanted to be proactive in taking a role in their own safety. So Refuse to be a Victim was started. It started as a little, 4-page brochure with a couple of tips, and it grew from there. In 1997, the program became co-ed, and I cannot stress this enough. It is not a women's-only program anymore. In 97, men realized that they can benefit from this as well. It's not just a women's-only program, so we opened it up to the public. And since the program started in 93, we have over 100,000 people who have attended a 4-hour seminar. We have almost 5,000 instructors. We have them in all 50 states, Canada, England, Japan, all over the place. The program is used with a lot of law enforcement agencies just because it's such a great community outreach. Our instructors get an instructor's manual and a PowerPoint presentation to use, so it's really all prepackaged, all put together for the instructors, and it's great to be able to take out to the community to tell people. It goes over a variety of topics of how they can avoid criminal confrontations and how they can reduce crime. Seminar topics include just a whole lot of things. I know 4 hours sounds like a long time, but most people come out of the seminar saying, oh, that went so quickly, and there's so much more to talk about, we needed more time. Seminar topics, as you can see, include mental preparation, criminal predators, home security, physical security, automobile security, travel security, cyber security, and personal protection devices. Like I said, firearms are not mentioned in the course, but when you do attend the seminar, you do receive a firearms supplement. That is a little supplement separate from the handbook that you receive. It talks about the things that you need to think about if you are interested in pursuing learning how to safely handle and shoot firearms. So today I'm just going to go through real quick some things that are covered in the topic so you can get a better understanding of what you might hear if you go to a full seminar and if it's something that you might want to become an instructor in and offer to your club. So one of the biggest things that we talk about in Refuse to be a Victim is mental preparedness. A lot of the stuff is common sense, but people just don't think about it beforehand. So they get in the situation and, they freeze and they don't know what to do in those, 3 minutes or even 3 seconds that they freeze and wonder, decide what they're going to do, could be a big difference. So we talk about developing a mental plan in the event that you're confronted with certain situations. We talk about creating this plan and knowing what you're going to do beforehand so you don't have to stop and think about it when it actually happens. We talk about thinking about consequences of your reactions. A lot of people say, oh, I don't need to take this class, I carry a firearm. But if someone comes up and asks for your wallet, what are the consequences of your actions if you use that firearm? So we talk about that at the beginning of the course for quite a bit. And home security topics. Home security is one of our most popular topics. It goes over everything. It's about a quarter of the seminar, just because most people have houses, and that's one of the things that you can take just a lot of little steps to avoid someone breaking into your house or having a crime happen in your own home. And we don't tell people to go out and get $5,000 security systems or get steel reinforced doors. Everything in the seminar is just little inexpensive things that you can do that don't take very long to avoid becoming a victim of crime. One of the things we talk about in home security is how checking your locks on your doors and checking your strike plates is one very quick, very inexpensive thing you can do. If you see the picture down here in the middle of the strike plate, the normal strike plate that you get on standard doors is about 2 to 3 inches long and has 2 very little screws. I don't care how many locks you have and how strong your door is. It's only as strong as its weakest link. So if someone, takes 2 well-placed kicks to that strike plate, the screws are going to come out like that, and they, will gain entry to your house. So for $9.95 at Home Depot, you can get the 6-inch strike plate and get 6 3-inch screws. So that's obviously a lot would protect you a lot more than 2 screws that are very short. We also go over windows, lightings, defense plans, visitors, and a lot of other things in home security also. Physical security includes a lot of things, just when you're out, when you're walking around, what to do. Honestly, before I worked in this program, I took a Refuse to be a Victim seminar, and I thought, oh, this is going to be so boring. They're going to tell me not to walk in dark alleyways by myself at night. Well, we do tell people to not walk in dark alleyways by themselves at night, but there's a whole lot more that we talk about. Just being observant. Again, this comes back to mental awareness and preparedness. Be aware, trust your intuition. We talk about ATMs, public transportation. ATMs is a big topic that we talk about because the chances of getting robbed at an ATM are higher than getting robbed somewhere else. It's because people know you have money and know that they can get a lot of information from you at an ATM. So we talk about how to plan your day so you don't have to stop at 9 o'clock at night to get money out of an ATM. And if you do need to go to an ATM, go to a mall where there's a lot of people around. I mean, I know going to a mall is the last place that anyone really wants to go to, but it's better than being in an isolated ATM vestibule in the middle, of nowhere. So we just talk about things like that, like how to plan your day so you don't end up in potentially vulnerable situations. We also talk about automobile safety. This is a big one. You hear a lot of the latest scams these days about people purposely crashing into people and committing insurance fraud. And also different scams, breakdown ploys, how to deal with accidents, things like that. A big thing for automobile safety is if they see a security alarm or a steering wheel lock, they're going to move on to the next car. So just like little things that you can take to make someone who could potentially break into your car stop and say, I think I'll go try a different car. Same thing with travel safety. We just talk about little things that you can do from not putting your home address on your luggage tags, calling and checking hotel room security, making sure that they have proper locks, and You know what exits there are in the hotel should you need them. We talk about securing your home in your absence too, because a lot of people are so caught up in leaving and where they're going to go and making those preparations that they leave their home unoccupied. And a lot of times they tell people they're leaving, and it's the perfect time, perfect couple days or week time that people know that you're not going to be there. Technology security is a big one nowadays, obviously. We talk about more general things, general internet security, phone security, how to tell if you're on a secure website, things like that. And then we go on to identity theft, which is huge now. You hear stories every day of someone getting your social security number somewhere, or even a pre-approved credit card that you just throw away and don't even think of. Someone gets that and gets your identity, and a couple $1,000s later, you realize that this had happened. So we talk about little steps that you can take to avoid becoming a victim for identity theft. Talk about social media also. There's also a section on parents and children, which is a big one when it comes to social media, because you see nowadays 15-year-olds posting their entire schedule on Facebook, and talk about talking to your children about technology, safety, and everything from general don't talk to strangers on the internet to here's how to change your privacy settings. One of the last topics we cover is personal protection devices. It's pretty self-explanatory. We go through personal arms, pepper spray, batons, tasers. Like I said, we don't specifically talk about firearms, but there is a firearms supplement. When you attend a seminar, everyone who attends a seminar gets an 82-page safety handbook. Like I said, we can't go through everything, even though most seminars are 3.5 to 4 hours. So you get that handbook to take home and have something to reference back. And I've already mentioned the firearms supplement. To find a seminar, you go to nrainstructors.org, this website right here, and go to Find a Course. Then you click on Refuse to be a Victim, and you can search by zip code or by state. Like I said, we have almost 5,000 instructors around the United States, so chances are there's probably going to be a seminar near you. If you're interested in becoming an instructor, this is a great community outreach. A lot of people who have ranges and training jobs, I've heard that they do it to draw in an audience that they wouldn't necessarily reach without this program. Someone that is not, doesn't feel comfortable taking a basic pistol course, but still wants to take a safety course, they're going to come into this and think, oh, it's not firearms. I can, sit through this and learn other ways to protect myself, and they do learn those ways. But after 4 hours of talking about safety, a lot of people think, well, maybe taking a basic pistol course isn't such a bad idea. So a lot of instructors use it as a lead-in to their other courses. To become an instructor, you need to take either an in-person or an online instructor development workshop. Both in-person and online are about 12 hours long. You can also go to nraonlinetraining.org to find out more information. If you go down here to view course information, it will tell you all about the course materials and the time commitment. I said it's about 12 hours, and you get 2 weeks to complete it, so you can really go at your own pace. Like I said, the benefits of becoming an instructor, it's just great information to share with your community, and it can get you a new clientele at your club. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to contact me. My contact information is on the screen right here, and I would be happy to answer any questions you might have.
All right. Thank you, Bethany. Next, we're going to move on to Kara Schlifke with the Women's Wilderness Escape. Bethany, we had a question. What is the fee to become an instructor?
For the online course, it's $250. That includes your instructor materials, and if you're a new instructor, it covers the first 2 years of your certification. If you have other NRA credentials, then it covers the cost to add those onto your credentials. It'll take the same expiration date as the other credentials. If you find an in-person instructor development workshop, it varies. It's anywhere from $150 to $200, depending on the instructor.
All right, thanks.
Hi, my name is Kara Schlifke, and I'm in charge of the Women's Wilderness Escape. I'm the lead program specialist for this program, so I'm just going to go over one of the many programs that the NRA has to offer. The one that makes this one unique is that it is for women only. What is Women's Wilderness Escape? The abbreviation that we use here at the NRA is WWE. It is an 8-day, 7-night getaway for women. And you're exposed to a wide variety of shooting sports. We accept women of all different skill levels. Whether you're a beginner or an expert in any of the disciplines, you are more than welcome to attend. We have a wide variety of women that do attend. I believe the oldest participant that we have had has been 78 years old, and the youngest is 18. So anyone that's over the age of 18 is more than welcome to attend. And you will also be given NRA certificates at the end of each discipline. We usually do for shotgun, pistol, and rifle. We do the First Steps program that the NRA has to offer, so it's a great learning experience. The location of the event is at the NRA Whittington Center, which is located in Raton, New Mexico. It is the first city south of the Colorado line. It's about 180 miles from Colorado Springs and 228 miles from Albuquerque. So if you do attend the event, we recommend flying into either one of those airports and then driving down to the facility. The lodging for all the women is in the competitor housing, which you can see a picture of below. It's a dormitory layout. You each have a roommate, and then there's a common area that has a kitchen, a bathroom, and a living room. So as you can see, it's a very nice layout. They have a bunch of parking, and there's plenty of room for everyone to stay, and there's also balconies off most of the rooms, so if you just want to sit out there and relax after a long day, that's always an option. So the daily activities, there are 5 groups that the women will be divided into. You rotate through each one. So in the morning, it's mostly classroom, getting familiar with the firearms that you'll be using, and then in the afternoon, we head out to the range, and for the duration of the afternoon, it's mostly range time. So the different disciplines that we offer are rifle, pistol, archery, black powder, and shotgun. Every evening we have different options of things to do. Everything is optional, so you're not required to attend anything. But on the agenda for this year, we have a game calling and survival seminar by Ira, who's pictured in the bottom right of the screen. We're having Bethany come out to do Refuse to be a Victim. We have an NRA social, which is hosted by the NRA Wine Club. And then we have a Western wear fashion show from a local company downtown Raton. They have the instructors and staff members dress up and do a fashion show for everyone, and then have a shopping night where they offer at a discounted price off all of their merchandise. So it's a great activity. The cost of this program is $1,800 per participant. We have 2 sessions this year, which is limited up to 60 participants. This includes everything except for transportation, including ammunition, the firearms, the targets, the meals, and the lodging. So once you get onto the property, you really don't have any expenses unless you want to go to the museum, gift shop, and buy anything personally for you. But other than that, everything on site is covered by the NRA in that $1,800.
Kara, are grants available to cover this cost or no?
Unfortunately, at this time, grants are not an option for this program. It's something that we have looked into but have not implemented yet.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. For 2014, we'll be hosting 2 sessions. The first session will go from September 20th through the 27th, which is a Saturday through a Saturday. And then the following day, we will start session 2 on Sunday, September 28th. And it will end on the following Sunday, October 5th. So please mark your calendars. We have seats available for both sessions. So if you are interested, you may contact me, and my email address and my phone number are below, and I will be happy to answer any additional questions that you have about this program. We are also on the outdoor channel. Last year's event was taped, and if you would like to go to YouTube and Google NRA All Access, which is the name of the TV show, you can look up Women's Wilderness Escape, and there is a great about 3-minute clip about everything that goes on that week. And like I said, if you have any more questions, then feel free to contact me.
Thanks, Kara. Kara, you've been to the WWE event, right? What's been your personal experience there? Or what was the best thing about attending the event? Or what have people said about their experience?
It's a great event. We have a lot of mother-daughters come out or friends come out in groups. It's a great way to bond with women from all different backgrounds from all over the country. You learn a great amount. You might have a lot of experience in pistol and you really want to get into muzzle loading, and you just learn the history of each different discipline and how to use those different firearms, and it's really a great experience, especially if you're looking to just try and find a new hobby or add to your hobby, and it really just gives you an overall experience of the shooting sports industry.
Are the women allowed to bring their own firearms, or do they have to use the ones that's available to them there?
The firearms are provided by the NRA. That's because of, preference for liability and everything, so you don't have to travel with any of your firearms, so everything is provided for you on site. You don't need to bring any of your own firearms or anything like that.
If they wanted to bring their own to use, is that an option to them, or do they have to use the ones that are available?
You have to use the ones that are already provided and available on site.
Okay. And could you please repeat the YouTube address again for the clip?
Okay, if you go to YouTube, you can type into the search bar NRA All Access. That's the name of the TV show. And then if you type in Women's Wilderness Escape, you should be able to locate it directly from there.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Up next, we have Diane Danielson with Women on Target. Hey, Diane.
Hey. Welcome, everyone. What I'm going to be giving you today is kind of as quick as I can, overview of a program that's been part of a main stem of the women's programs since the year 2000. We have reached over 90,000 women throughout the years and are breaking records every year with regards to clinics registered through clubs, adding new clubs every year, adding new directors. The question most clubs ask is, why consider a women's event? This is my boys club. Why would I want women to come here? It's been proven throughout the country these days that women definitely want to learn about firearms, both in the home and for personal protection. They want to be able to safely handle them, and they want to make sure their families are safe, and both as shooters and hunters. What we've found through our program is that a lot of women attend whose husbands are currently deployed with service, and they want to be able to handle any firearms that are in the home and be able to protect their family. They'd like guidance from a neutral place when considering a firearm purchase. That's one of the big things, the biggest questions that women ask. Okay, you taught me how to shoot. Now, what do I buy for myself? And all of that guidance is provided through these either half-day or one-day events. There's no better place to provide all of that information than through your clubs, your organizations, and the Fish and Wildlife Agency. Purpose for there we go. Why a women-only event? Well, we've proven that the atmosphere is fun and less competitive. We stress no competition in any of these events. We want them to learn and have fun and get fundamentals. We don't want any pressure placed on them that they have to do well. We want them to just do. The do well will come later as they practice and get involved in other groups and club activities and additional courses where they can build their skills. We've also seen that the camaraderie and support that they get from other women who are, as we say, in the same boat. They're all learning together. They're all paying attention. They're all watching, following the details, and making sure that they do it right. They share different experiences and information and help mentor each other, in addition to instructors who are helping and coaches who are helping mentor them both during each event and following each event in additional activities. They are, as we stress, beginner firearm instruction in any shooting discipline. We have even included the possibility of informational seminars if you have larger groups and fewer volunteers available at your club. You just have smaller seminars that are not necessarily shooting but informational. The local constabulary, as we call them, your local law enforcement agencies love to come and put on presentations. You can have a mini Refuse to be a Victim seminar that gives information. There are state and local law seminars that can be put on in just a short half-hour or 45-minute or an hour presentation. But we do stress beginner firearm instruction based on the ranges available at your club, building on the talents and expertise of your volunteers. You'd be amazed at how many experienced shooters get out there and, oh, no, I don't want to do this, and then the next thing you know, oh, when can I come back for the next one? I had so much fun because these ladies listened, they paid attention, they have fun, and their smiles are contagious. Your timeline is anything from 4 to 7 hours. We at least want you to have a half-day seminar. Most of them run a full day with lunch included or lunch as an option to be provided as an extra fee. We do, from headquarters, provide complimentary program materials. They are set at the beginning of the program year, and they are based on what's available at our warehouse and what our budget allows for us. We do have local and NRA headquarters support to help you get started, and NRA Foundation grants are available to help offset the cost. Some states have block grants that you can use within the year. Other states you have to apply through the foundation process, which begins generally around early July, and deadlines for applying for the following year are actually right around October 1st through November 1st, somewhere in that area, depending on your state. The website I'm going to send you to is women.nra.org. It is our website that all of our information is available on. Just going to bring that in here and show you exactly what we have. If you go to Women's Programs, that is our home website. You can click on Women on Target Instructional Shooting Clinics. There are a number of options available to you here at this point. Shooting, getting a clinic guide. It's a 32-page hard copy book that is available by simply filling out the form and submitting it via email. Within 5 days, I will send you our clinic packet and give you the information you need to get started. You can also find any clinic near you. As you pull down the list, you can see exactly how many are available. Our keystone here is California always has dozens of clinics going at any given time throughout the year. I do caution you when you're looking at the list, though, they are alphabetically by city. They are not organized by date. So you want to go through the whole list to find specific ones for any particular weekend that you're interested in attending one, actually to see what it might be like and whether it would be a good fit for your club, or to actually volunteer to help out at one of them. The big website that we want all of you to get involved in is hosting one at your club. What does it take? What do I need to do? These are all, you can see all of the things that are I've already gone over. And down here at the bottom, you can see all of the forms that you can download. We have a cover letter and your annual director's letter that we have up here that you can download. We have a PDF of the clinic guide, which you can view. I don't necessarily recommend printing it out because it is 32 pages of color, but it gives you, you can download it and look at everything that's available, all the information that you need to get started, how to do your budget, what grant funding things are needed, how to get local sponsors, promoting it, registering it. We do require that every event be registered through the Women on Target Instructional Shooting Clinic office. Your event, once you've registered and submitted all your information, is posted on the website as you saw it. What we've got are the registration forms that are all interactive PDFs. Click on it, type in it, what we definitely have to have you do, though, is make sure that you download it to your computer from the website prior to adding any information. If you open it on the website, what happens is you've opened it in your web browser, and when you type the information and save it to your computer, it doesn't always save, and what you send me is a blank document. So we ask you to make sure that you save it to your computer and then reopen it in Adobe Acrobat, do your typing, save it to your computer, and then attach it to an email back to me via the information at the bottom. Women on Target Clinics at nrahq.org. You can print and mail them, but it adds time and the reliability of the postal service factor. We do ask that you sign it electronically rather than printing it, signing it, and then scanning it. It's a very simple process. And if you look at the Appendix A in the book, it also has a downloadable separate form on the website. It gives you the step-by-step on how to actually fill out the form and create your own signature, save it to your computer, and attach it to an email back to you. All of that is step-by-step instruction. Now let's get back to PowerPoint here.
Diane, if a woman doesn't currently belong to a club, she can go to the website and find one that she can attend, right? Or is that up to the club to decide if they'll let additional people in or not?
Absolutely. The events are meant to be public, but most women throughout the country go to the website and find one that's on a date and close to them. It's not necessarily just clubs who are holding them for their own members. That's how many of them get started, actually. But and that's how we started ours back in Wisconsin when we first started it in 1999. It was kind of a trial event to get some of the club wives involved in shooting, and it just blossomed into a statewide event that everybody came from 3 states around us to come and attend. Yeah. But the website is definitely the place to go in order to find one near them and one that suits the dates that they're able to attend. Just to give you a little more history about the event, it was started in in 2000, we had 13 events that year and 500 attendees. 2013, we had 44 states and Ireland included in the program. 485 clinics and over 12,000 attendees were involved last year. The scary part is that there were only just a little over 200 clubs involved. So we'd like to see more NRA-affiliated clubs get involved with the program, and I think thanks to Son and his department and all of the hard work that they're doing, that is happening now. I see more and more new events this year. This year so far, and it's only June, 385 clinics have already been scheduled at 192 clubs across the country. And as I said earlier, over the 13 years, we have reached over 90,000 new women shooters. We love sharing that statistic. Now, what's in it for your club? This is your greatest opportunity to expand your membership and to assure the future of our shooting sport. You get more new members out of this. You get families who shoot together. You get increased revenue coming in, because what we ask you to do at your event is not only have the instructional shooting clinic, but have a flyer for every upcoming class that you have ready to hand these ladies or laying on a table as they check in at the lunch table, as they're waving goodbye to you as they're leaving. Have flyers there for your next classes and your club events and your league events, because we want you keeping them involved in the shooting sports. We need that from you. It brings increased revenue to your club. It brings fresh ideas, more volunteers, more Second Amendment voters, and renewed and contagious enthusiasm for the sport. The registration process, I've already gone through just a little bit. I got ahead of myself here. Download those forms from the website. Save them to your computer before entering any information. Open them in Acrobat Reader, not your browser. Type directly into the form, save them, and attach them to an email back to me. The cool thing about that is if you have a second event throughout the year, all you have to do is change the date and send me a new form. If you schedule multiple events for the year, provided they are the same disciplines and the same inclusions and the same price, put all the dates on the same form. You don't have to send separate registration forms. Follow the direction sheet to sign it electronically, and if you are able to name it with your club and clinic date, that really helps me in my filing process. Attach them to an email back to me, and then watch the website to make sure that all the information has been posted correctly. We do remind you that souvenirs may vary, and substitutions are occasionally made based on availability at the warehouse. Sometimes we run out of things because somebody else wanted some and we didn't realize that somebody else needed them. They are shipped approximately a month prior to your event, and I ask you to please, when they arrive, immediately check the contents of the shipment to match what was emailed you in your confirmation. Sometimes the shipment doesn't match what I ordered, and if you're not checking that until the day before your event and something's missing, there's not much we can do about it at that point. The event process. If you follow the clinic director's guide on Appendix B, it's actually in the book, it gives you a step-by-step classroom orientation and safety briefing. We do require that it be conducted by an NRA certified instructor or range safety officer, and the entire event must follow all NRA safety rules and procedures. All of this is outlined in that Appendix B. Much of this follows very, very closely with the First Steps lesson plan. So if you want to run it as a First Steps course, that's absolutely fine. It's not a problem. You can still run it as a Women on Target event as well. It can be any shooting discipline in addition to informational seminars and demonstrations. Your firing line coaches are not required to be NRA certified instructors, but must be fully briefed and comply with NRA safety rules and procedures. Make sure that your coach-to-student ratio is small, and no one is standing around getting bored while they're waiting for their turn to shoot. That's why we encourage the informational seminars in addition to the shooting portion of the program. Always remember that this is an introductory shooting clinic. No tactical, no advanced shooting techniques are permitted at any time. Demonstrations can be given in those events, but what we're asking you to do is save participation for another event at your club. Then again, the revenue increasing portion. The closing process, this is important, especially if you're applying for grant funding. Every event must be closed using the PDF supplied. See if I can back out. Clinic report. Very simple single-page form. Date of your clinic, date of the report. We ask that you file it within 2 weeks of your event. Your name, your email, phone number, and the host organization. How many women attended, how many souvenir bags you ordered. That way I can keep track and subtract anything that you have left over from next year's shipment. Number of volunteers and coaches that you had, again, so that I can keep track of how many attended and any additional material that you would need for next year. Foundation grant, this is kind of important for me if you've got foundation funding, because I can then notify the foundation that all of your paperwork is complete. We do request that you submit the names, addresses, and email information for all of your participants and your volunteers. We do have this as an Excel document, as well as an interactive PDF that you can use and save, again, to your computer, attached to an email back to me. You can also use this as your actual registration form, and then just add a column at the end, checking whether they attended or not. First name, last name, address, city, state, zip, phone, email address, and their experience level. Some, intermediate, advanced, whatever the case may be. And you can add any other information on the end that you want to add, customizing the form for your particular club. We do request that you include photographs and photograph release forms. That is also available as a download from the website, and any local media articles, announcements, links to newscasts, any of those sorts of things. And if you'd like to include some comments about the clinic that were made by attendees or volunteers, that's always a nice factor as well. Submit that within 2 weeks to the Women on Target clinics at nrahq.org. That is my main email box for the clinics themselves. If you have high-resolution images, you may need to send multiple emails, because we do have a 15-megabyte maximum capacity that's available to come in through attachments to email. We do request as well that you do not send us links to different internet photo sites, as our security does not allow us to download from those sites. Things like Dropbox and Shutterfly are not permitted to be accessed from here. Your souvenir materials are yours to keep for your next event and may not be given away at any other function. We are funded by the foundation, and I do have to account for everything that is sent to each clinic. That's why the closing process is so critical. The main thing I encourage everybody to do. It is a hectic organization process. It is a hectic day. It gets a little crazy sometimes, especially if you're a first-time clinic director. But we always remind you to have fun and make sure you pay attention to those smiles that are on the faces of the ladies who just fired their first shot and may have come in absolutely, totally terrified of touching a gun. Always remember to have flyers available for your next upcoming club event and your NRA training courses. That's very important that you keep that circle going and not just have this be any given lady's only opportunity to shoot for the day. Okay, if anybody has any questions, you can email via the Women on Target Clinics at nrahq.org. I did not put my desk, my office phone number on there simply because I generally give out my work cell phone for anybody who is interested in contacting me, and if you'd like me to give that, I can do that right now.
Thanks, Diane. That concludes today's webinar on women's programs. Please feel free to go back to our website, clubs.nra.org, to look for future webinars. And if you want to view this webinar again, it will be posted on our website in the next few days. At this time, we're going to stick around for the next few minutes to answer any questions that you guys may have or wasn't answered earlier, or anything that you want us to elaborate on. Kara, I know there is a question for you. For interested women who want to attend this year's WWE event, what is the quickest way to apply, and when is the deadline? Well, while we're waiting on Kara, if anyone else has any other questions, feel free to type into the question panel at the bottom, and we'll be glad to answer those questions. Diane, are the instructors for the Women on Target clinics, are they required to be females?
No, they are not. We encourage as many females as possible to be your line leaders, but they do not have to be females as long as they are sensitive to the ladies' feelings and make sure that they follow NRA rules regarding requesting permission to touch anyone in order to adjust a position in any way.
Son?
Yes.
Sorry for the question. The cutoff for registration will be as soon as either session fills up or the beginning of September. The website that Diane had given earlier about that listed all of the women's programs, if you go to that exact website, on the left-hand column it will say Women's Wilderness Escape. You can apply directly onto the website right there. If anyone has additional questions or can't locate that website, then you can either call me at 703-267-1413, or you can email me with my email address that was provided earlier. And
now, are any of the sessions already full right now, or are people still available to sign up?
Both sessions are open as of now, so you can feel free to apply to either. And there's a thank you, Diane, for this is the link. Look at the top of the screen to register for the Women's Wilderness Escape.
Thanks, Kara. Okay, it looks like we don't have any more questions for today. If you do want to contact us later, feel free to send us an email through the contact information that was provided earlier, or if you wanted to send a general question, send it to clubs@nrahq.org. I'll repeat that again. The email address is clubs, C-L-U-B-S, @nrahq.org, and we can forward the question to whoever can address that. Thank you very much, everyone, and we'll see you at the next webinar.